Right, 900 grams of flour, 64% hydration, that's 576 grams of water, 14 grams of salt, 4 teaspoons of yeast. Hold on a minute. Yeah, that's 900 grams of flour. This is going to be a big loaf. This is going to be a very big loaf. Hope it don't touch the lid on the Dutch oven. Anyway, I'm going to let it mix for 12 minutes. Then I'll put it in the fridge. It might be 1 day, it might be 2 days. It depends how long, it depends when she needs the bread. But I get lots of flavour in the fridge. Right then, I'm going to strengthen my dough. It's been in the fridge for a day, getting some flavour. I've got to put some flour in my proofing basket first. Proofing basket. Because if you don't put flour in, it'll stick. And you don't want it to stick, or you'll have a mess. So I'm just rubbing it in. With my fingers. And it won't stick then. Tip it down. You don't want too much in, because if there's too much in, it don't look pretty. But you've got to make sure that there's some in. It's easier to take it away than try and add it. So rub it in and then you can wipe it out. You see that? I'll take a bit more out. That looks good. That's just right, that is. That's just right. There you go. Right then, where's my scraper? Where's my scraper? Right, I've got my scraper. Keep everything nice and tidy. Alright, this has been in the fridge for a day. That's 900 grams of flour, 64% water, that's 576 grams of water, 4 teaspoons of yeast. It's supposed to be 1.4%, I put 4 teaspoons in. And it's supposed to be 1.8% salt, so it's supposed to be 16 grams of salt, but I put 14 grams of salt into that. Anyway, there we go. There you go, put that there. Alright, look, got no strength, look. Got to make it strong. And this is what you do to make it strong. On all the videos, on YouTube, they only go round once. This is a wet mix, 64% water. And by 64% water, what I mean is, you get your calculator and type in 64, and then the percentage button, then the times button, and then the weight of flour. And that'll give you the weight of the water that you want. It's a lot better than trying to measure it in a measuring jug, because a little bit too much water or a little bit too less water, well, it changes it from what you're aiming at. And if you can make it the same every time, you can, you know if you're doing right or wrong. Then you get used to it. You get used to the way it feels, and you just keep doing this, building the strength up. What they say is, you don't want it to tear. They say you don't want it to tear, but it don't really matter that much, to be honest with you. When it tears, that means them little long things, I forgot what they're called, inside the bread are pulling apart. Gluten means it's tearing apart. But you're doing this, you're stretching the gluten out, and it gives the bread strength. And you just keep going at it until you can feel that it's strong. Yeah. You pull at it ever so gentle. You don't pull hard. You just keep a gentle weight on it. And just keep going at it, nice and gentle. And you end up with something nice. This is the biggest mix I've done. This is the biggest mix I've done for putting in the Dutch oven. I started off small mixes, and I've worked my way up, because I don't want it to rise and touch the lid on the Dutch oven. Yeah. I'm just learning it, because it's a wet mix. This is 64%. I'm just letting it fall down and twisting it under like a mushroom. You know, twisting it under so it's like a mushroom underneath. Look. And it won't hurt it. It's nice to do this. It's therapeutic, you might say. So if it feels good, you can't be doing wrong. Yeah, that's nice, that is. I'll drop it in there, in my fruiting bag. See how sticky it is underneath? It's a sticky mix, 64%. Like I say, if you're doing it, if you're doing it in the beginning, first time, you're better off doing 62%. It's easier to start off with until you get used to the feel of it. Once you got used to the feel of it, start upping your percentages. I mean, you can get a lot wetter than this. I mean, the reason for making a wet mix, you'll end up with bigger bubbles in the bread, and you tend to get a better spring when it's in the oven. What I'm doing now, I'm just pulling a bit up from the outside and pinching it together like that. Pulling a bit up from the outside and pinching it together like that, to get a bit more strength in it, because you don't want it flopping down. I mean, it wouldn't hurt the bread if it did flop down, but you might as well try and make it pretty. This will be the bottom of the loaf when it's cooked. This will be the bottom of the loaf. The top of the loaf's underneath. She just told me off because I was in the way of the camera. But yeah, I've turned around now. So yeah, that's pretty, that is. And if it looks pretty, you can't be doing wrong. I'll just tidy it up a bit more. It's a very, very sticky mix. Alright, that looks pretty. Put some flour on top. Won't hurt it. Put some flour on top. Right. This should be a big loaf, this will. Then cover it over with a bit of plastic and take it over here out of the way, because this will want 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, it'll want 2 to 3 hours, that will, rising, because it's been in the fridge for a day. Because it's been in the fridge for a day, it'll want 2 to 3 hours rising. It's got to warm up. And it's about 25, 26 degrees in here. 2 to 3 hours. Let it double, let it come up. And then I'll show you what I do next on the next video. The last video that I did, I've got it in the mixer. This video, I'm putting it in the proofing basket for a couple of 3 hours. The next video, I'll be putting it into the Dutch oven. I'll do that on the next video in a couple of 3 hours. Right then, my duck, that's it. You can switch it off now if you want. There you go. Right then, this is hot. I've preheated it in the oven. That's been rising about 2.5 hours. I've got to put this in there. This is how you do it. That's it. Then I've got to put some cuts in it. Because if you don't put the cuts in it, it'll split open everywhere and it don't look pretty. Razor blade. About 1/2 inch down. Gentle. Because even though it's a razor blade, it pulls. Gentle. I should have put my reading glasses on for this, but yeah, if you don't put these cuts in, pardon me, if you don't put these cuts in, the bread will burst out everywhere. Now, the reason I'm doing it in the Dutch oven, because I ain't told you that, the reason I'm doing it in the Dutch oven is because it keeps a lot of steam in there, and it's all good for making a good crust. Just put some little ones there now. And you want a good crust. Bread's no good without a crust. I mean, when you go to Asda or anywhere for your bread, you go to the bread department and you're looking for the bread with the best crust. This will have a good crust. I'm going to put the lid back on. So I'll cook that for 29 minutes with the lid on, and then 9 minutes with the lid off. Then I'll do another video after I've got it out the oven, showing you the bread. Well, that's just about it then. Yeah. Right then. That's out the oven. Right on. Bloody hell. I'm getting it. Right, it's going again. Hold on. Oh, it's coming. I've got it. Can you hear that? Yeah. Oh, come in. Ah. That's a nice loaf. Now then. That's a nice loaf. That were 29 minutes in a Dutch oven with a lid on, and 9 minutes with the lid off. Hold on, I'm going to smell it. Oh my heavens. Hold on. I'm going to see what it sounds like. I can hear it talking to me, going crack, 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 split, split, split. I said, listen to this. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice bread. Now, I'm going to do one more video. I'm going to let this cool down for an hour. And then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it so you can see the inside of it. Because my mates keep telling me I need to do a video cutting it. So I'm going to cut it. And you'll be able to see inside of it. Okay? An hour. Alright, you can stop it now, don't. Right then. I'm going to cut it now. Yeah. Now I don't usually cut the bread. Warren cuts it. Right. So if I make a mess of it, it's her fault because she won't go on the video. Oh. Right. There. Can you see that? Alright, I'm going to cut another one. Bugger it. I'll cut it the same way as my mum always cut it. My mum always cut it like this. Go. Oh. Go. I know. I've seen them do this on YouTube, so that's why I'm doing it. I ain't seen them. Oh. Oh. I'll tell you what you want on this. Hang on a minute. Don't go away. Bit of olive oil. Have we got any parmesan? No.
Yes, I have one. I already make with paprika.
A little bit of parmesan on it. Look at that. Can you smell it? Mm. Mm. Flour. Salt. Yeast. And water. You don't need butter. You don't need butter or oil in it because it's not going to go dry. It's not going to go dry because it'll be gone in less than a day. You don't need it to keep for 2 days or 3 days because it'll be gone in less than a day. Well, it'll be gone 2 hours after you've cooked it. So you don't need butter or oil mixed with it. No. That's it, Doug. You can stop it now.